Have you ever added something to your cart, sat with it for a minute, and then deleted it? Not because you couldn't afford it, because some quiet voice in your head said, "You don't need that." Meanwhile, you'll spend the same amount on a gift for a friend without a second thought. If this sounds familiar, you're not bad with money. You're not being smart. Something deeper is running the show. Most people assume guilt around spending on yourself is just financial responsibility, discipline, being sensible. But psychology tells a different story. For a lot of people, this isn't about money at all. It's about whether they believe they're allowed to take up space, allowed to be cared for, allowed to matter as much as everyone else in their life. Researchers who study financial behavior have found that spending habits are rarely about math. They're about identity, what you unconsciously believe you deserve. And that belief gets built long before you ever open a bank account. Here are 5 signs that your guilt around spending on yourself isn't a money problem. It's a self-worth problem. Sign 1. You justify purchases for others instantly, but purchases for yourself need a defense. Buying something for someone you love feels natural, even automatic, but buying the same thing for yourself triggers an internal courtroom. Is this necessary? Is this responsible? Can I really justify this? Psychologists who study self-worth describe this pattern as a warped internal value system, one where your own needs are quietly ranked below everyone else's. The purchase isn't the problem. The permission is. Sign 2. You feel more comfortable being generous than being cared for. Giving feels safe. Receiving feels exposed. If someone treats you to something, you feel an almost urgent need to pay them back immediately, as if being on the receiving end creates a debt you can't tolerate holding. Therapists who work with people on financial anxiety often trace this back to early roles in the family. The child who kept peace, who gave rather than asked, who learned that needing things made them a burden. That childhood math never got updated. Sign 3. You track your own spending obsessively, but rarely question spending on others. Notice this pattern closely. You can recite exactly what you spent on yourself last week, but money spent on gifts, favors, or other people's needs barely registers as spending at all. Behavioral economists call this mental accounting, the habit of sorting money into categories that carry different emotional weight. When spending on yourself lives in the risky category, and spending on others lives in the safe one, guilt was never really about the dollar amount. It was about who the money was for. Sign 4. You wait for permission before enjoying something good. A bonus arrives, and instead of spending part of it on something you want, you immediately think about who else needs it more. A free evening opens up, and instead of resting, you look for something productive to fill it with. Psychologists studying self-worth and reward have found that people who grew up needing to earn approval often extend that same logic to money. Rest, comfort, and enjoyment don't feel like defaults. They feel like rewards you have to qualify for first. Sign 5. Deep down, you believe wanting things for yourself is a little selfish. This is the root beneath every other sign. Somewhere along the way, wanting became tangled up with being too much, too indulgent, too demanding. So instead of wanting outright, you minimize. I don't really need it. It's fine, I'll skip it. Financial therapists note that this belief rarely comes from a single moment. It builds slowly, from years of watching what got praised in your household: sacrifice, restraint, putting others first, and what got quietly frowned upon. Here's what ties all 5 of these together. This was never really about spending money. It was about whether you believe your own needs are valid enough to act on. The guilt you feel at checkout isn't financial caution. It's an old belief, formed a long time ago, still running quietly in the background every time you consider choosing yourself. The good news is that beliefs built through repetition can be rebuilt the same way. Every time you let yourself receive something without over-explaining it, you're not being reckless. You're updating the evidence your brain uses to decide what you deserve. You don't need to earn rest. You don't need to justify comfort. You were always allowed to be on your own list. If this described you, let me know in the comments which sign hit hardest. And if it gave language to something you've been carrying quietly, send it to someone who needs to hear it too. I'm Clarity Wired. See you in the next one.